foremost, first of all, thank you very much for taking your time out and joining us in this BMA webinar. This year, BMA has been pretty active in various initiatives. Like we have started the year with a uh, market intelligence summit, which was conducted at Marriott Hotel, and it was attended by almost 100 participants. This was followed by the Learning and Development HR Summit, which was done at Ginger Hotel. Again, about 120 participants attended. And at the same time, we organized a program for defense officers, ex-defense officers. It was facilitated by KPMG. And more so, that was from the corporate perspective. From academics, we did a program at MET College, which was done by the team secretariat, very nicely done. And it was called debate competition as well as the article writing competition. What's the final word? It was done. And it was hugely appreciated by the academic world and the corporate world. And the young leaders presented their thoughts in a very professional manner. Now, then of course we have igniting minds, ignite the magazine, which is e-magazine, which is there, which is again creating buzz in the market. And this time it is a pharmaceutical and healthcare oriented, which we are writing articles on that. It is again, there's a lot of buzz created around that, and the people are approaching us for writing their articles. So this is in short. We are having another program which is much in demand called Innothon, which is a hackathon kind of thing, which is we are participating, we are organizing in partnership with SBI Life Insurance. And about 37 teams from 11 colleges are participating in that. Again, building up the next pipeline of leaders. So this is, in short, it is there. And continuing with the today's webinar, let me take the opportunity of introducing Shubham Rastogi. Shubham Rastogi, on the personal front, he's a good friend of mine. We were colleagues earlier. And of course, we have continued the relationship post professionalism. And he is based in Paris. So I'm very happy that somebody from my circle is based in Paris also. Shubham is a INSEAD France and IIMK alumni, global business leader with 20 plus years of experience in international marketing, strategy, business development, R&D across medical devices, life sciences, and healthcare. Based at Horiba Medical's global headquarters in France, he leads international business development after leading international marketing communication also with multinational teams from 6 nationalities. He is a founding member and leading INSEAD Alumni Association at Montpellier chapter. Having traveled to 42 plus countries and worked with partners over 100 countries and authored about 30 plus scientific and strategy papers, he brings a strong cross-continental perspective on growth, leadership, and market transformation. So I think this is a short introduction of Shubham. And we look forward to great session by Shubham. And Shubham, over to you. And I request all of you to please put your questions in the chat box, which we can try to answer. He can try to answer at the end. Over to you, Shubham.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rishi, and for a nice word and introduction. And yes, I truly admire your leadership, which you are bringing to BMA. And I see a lot of activities are happening. And thanks for sharing the statistics a few minutes back. They are really encouraging, and we have to have certain type of organization. Those should bring these type of things in front to the audience. Well, so thanks again for inviting me on the most talkative topic in the world is the artificial intelligence. Even today morning, INSEAD Dean was there in Davos talking about how the political situation can be handled with the business. So it was inspiring to listen him. And this topic is, I'm very happy to share my thought about this topic and research being done so far. So artificial intelligence with genuine stupidity, and this is, trust me, this is corporate chaos. It's just not only related to one country or one company, but it is an international one. So when I say the artificial intelligence with genuine stupidity, I'm not saying that AI is stupid. What I'm saying that is AI is not failing because of the technology. AI is failing because leadership system were never redesigned for AI. So mainly three things I would like to say that what I mean by leadership system, the human judgment, governance, and the accountability. So to be to give the little bit background of this topic, this talk is about the leadership and not about only the algorithm. Uh, going back to the next slide, a little disclaimer before I go full-fledged. This is not my company view, and this is a leadership reality check. Well, um, to give you a little bit agenda about this talk, the stupidity is not a bug; it's a design failure. So we will be talking about three things mainly: why AI create chaos, why leadership is a bottleneck and not the AI model, and what framework actually works. So let me start this discussion with this very famous case. You have seen that probably the recently on 14th of January there was a chaos around the world because Elon Musk Grok has created one photo, and this photo is in the highlight in Europe. There were a lot of discussion around it. What's going on with this? Why AI is depicting a labor minister in the uniform of Nazi, and this AI is not good. So let me explain you the background of this slide. It's not because of the framework, or it's not because what is right. It's not about the political slide. It's not about the individual ideology or country. What I can say, it's a governance failure for the AI, and it's not a technology failure. Technology has done its job, but the governance, nobody was able to question the technology. So AI did not make a bad decision; it made unquestioned decision, and this is what I mean to say genuine stupidity. Not because AI is unintelligent, but because intelligence was deployed without any judgment. And this is one of the part which is gonna be talk of the town in next coming years, that how organization, large organization are going to identify and govern the AI topic. Coming back to certain what are the advantages, so I don't have to reiterate all the advantages because everyone knows what are the advantages of AI. So whether it is an impact of 2.5 to 4.4 trillion dollar economy injection, or whether they will decrease the 15 to 20% supply chain, or it will be like conversion rate with the online process will be around 20 to 30%, or the bots will handle around 80% of the question. So these are the few things which we all are aware. And the very discussion point is the job impact. So here is a good news as well as the bad news. Once it is expected to be around 170 million jobs will be created, but on the same side, around 92 million jobs will be displaced. So what does it mean? That around 78 million new jobs will be created. But yes, there is a turmoil, and there are a lot of up and down in different part of job. But overall, if you will see the impact, it's going to be a positive impact with the AI. And I know this slide is one of the most demanded slide here, and you can see where you fall in your category, but this is the area where what occupations are highly susceptible uh, in following time to come. AI impact role unevenly, but there is a clear pattern. So what I mean to say is that AI replace the task, but AI will not replace the responsibility. Responsibility will still lie in the human being or the leadership. So apart from the positive impact, which I showed you in my previous slide, there are lot of negative things happening. So as you can see at the bottom right of this slide, there is a chart, and this chart says that AI projection failure. It means that um, around 80% digital transformation are failing, and they are failing, and this rate is increasing, right? And also there are abundant project abandonment rate, which is also increasing on day-to-day basis. Why? Because of multiple reason. And you can see there, we can say in a common term is the AI scandal, but in technical term, there are hallucination cases. It means that AI generate the answer which never existed actually, and they are fakingly giving the information. This is not just a simple thing, because in 2024 there were 18% cases, and in 2025 this has increased to 35%, and 240 plus cases are in the court just because of LLM hallucination. AI washing is another one. All the startups are claiming now that they have the AI, best AI, and you might have heard several times that there were some organization, they were doing things in manual on the back end, but on the same side they were claiming that they have the AI. So AI washing is another problem which is gonna be increasing on regular in the regular basis. There are other things like prompt injection, data filtration, adversarial example. It means that, the what, let me give you the little bit explanation. What adversarial example is that when, imagine there is a image of elephant, and this has been transcribed into a digital data. So 99%, if this digital data is studied by AI, it will recreate the image of elephant. But now, if you will change even 1% of this data, the AI will predict it as not elephant, but as like a monkey. So, and with the confidence level of 99%, this is a point that even if there is a small touch in the data, the results are gonna be extremely different. And we all know the case of Amazon, what happened in Amazon in from 2014 to 2017. They adopted the AI-based HR system, and the AI-based HR system were trained on the previous data. And in the previously, they hired the all male candidates were high. So what happened? This AI was generating more and more sorting out more and more male resume, which led to gender bias, and the immediately the whole team was audited. They rebalanced the whole stuff, and then they adopted all the good framework, and fairnesses were adapted, and now things are going in a proper way. So like that, there are a lot of things are happening in this world, and I hope this one is gonna be more. We will have to be more careful about the governance. Now, as we see that around, despite of massive investment, everybody is investing in AI. Despite of massive investment, 92% of enterprises still lack comprehensive AI governance, and this create a dangerous gap. You can see that in this slide, if the companies have adopted the governance in a right fashion, their ROI on the AI investment will be 3 times. than the companies who has adopted the AI but without any structure. So it is very much important to adopt the AI with proper governance and structure. And in EU, at least around 35 million penalties have been put on the corporates. So please feel free to ask me any question in the chat box if you have any. And this is something which I would like to say, that based on all this data, this slide, what I have created and depicts a very interesting fact, saying that I try to create this human AI leadership matrix. And on the x-axis, you can see left side, it's a low leadership. On the right side, it's a high leadership. But on the y-axis, there is a low AI prediction, and on the upper side is a high prediction. And you can see this part where there is no leadership, low leadership, and the high AI. Everyone is very motivated to adopt AI, but there is no leadership. This is gonna be a misaligned automation, and there will be a bad decision. And not only the bad decision, but they will be made faster. On the left, on the bottom side, you can see where there is low leadership and low AI, and this is a stagnant phase. And these two places where the organization will lie at the risk. While on the right side, this is a green zone, and this is like dream zone as well. And this is a transformation zone. If the AI prediction is high and leadership is high, so this type of organization are gonna be transforming themselves. And that is why KPMG says that 80% transformation have failed just because of this. And you can see at the bottom right is the judgmental led leadership, where there is no involvement of AI, and leadership is very good. In this type of situation, this is more intuition and experience based leadership. So it's very clear, scientifically it is very clear, it's not gonna be only AI, and AI will have to be led by the human beings, and it has to be a leadership which is gonna decide the result of the organization. What I can say that in your organization, you can think where do you fall today, and you can also think where you would like to go further. So to bring the organization to the green level, green area where I was talking about, well, there are many framework, many good practices, but all these practices are not possible to discuss every time on this platform in 1 hour or 45 minutes. But what I will highly recommend to consider at least these type of framework. These frameworks are very useful for the organization. Those are looking for the transformation with the help of AI, and it is gonna be it will be much faster. So the whole thing are divided into two part, can be categorized in two part. One are the corporate framework and the academic framework. Well, the difference, I'm not here to teach the corporate, the business management here, but what I will say that the corporate frameworks are mainly to consider the execution and the value creation, how they are going to change, how they are going to create a value for the organization. While academic frameworks are used when there are a lot of inquiries, question mark, if you want to increase the knowledge of the framework or AI, these type of frameworks are used. So to summarize this, the effective AI governance require both corporate academic framework, inquiring knowledge creation, execution, value creation are key pillars. So the selection of these frameworks really depends on the on the industry, the resources you have, and what outcome the organizations are looking for. In following slide, I would like to show some of the case studies how we can implement these frameworks in the real time. So I have considered right now only the corporate frameworks, but there are a lot of things about the academic one. And probably in some another platform, we will discuss more academic frameworks later on. But I have told you, explain you about the overall difference between these two. So as I said, as I showed you in my previous slide, that there are four corporate framework, mainly four corporate framework: the Gartner AI framework, NIST, CRISP, and MLOPs. So here I try to explain it by the real business case. And you can see that there was an insurance company, AI insurance company. They put all the underwriting in, they created an AI underwriting engine. They put all the contracts in the AI, and then they asked what type of reasons we have where we are losing the money. Okay. So without any clarification, without any strategy, without any governance, they put it, and AI gave the answer, because the AI main responsibility is to give the answer. And we have seen in the few slides before that there are cases of AI hallucination. It means AI creates their own answer without any justification, and we all believe that. So after certain time, this organization started facing a problem. In some region, what happened? The premiums were becoming high. So everybody was surprised why it is happening, because no one knew, no one approved it, no documentation was there, no fairness testing was existing. The PR team faced backlash, like why this is happening. So the management team took the charge and applied this Gartner AI governance framework, and also the which is AI TRISM. Means that the trust, risk, and security management. After putting this, the whole they put policies and controls in place. AI prices was in place. AI decision inventory were taking at the at the proper schedule as it was planned, and there were technologies those were enabling the whole process. So this governance basically has improved the fairness. Audits were good at this time, and the transparency within the process were restored. So you can see that how the chaos was well managed by the governance. So, but yes, anyone can argue that this has delayed the whole innovation, but well, safe innovation is much better than the chaos in the beginning. Another business case you can see here, and this is a real business case in California. The city San Jose, what they did, they publicly evaluated its all AI governance program, and they put it record everything on public for public. So they assess themselves by implementing this National Institute of Standard and Technology framework, and they put everything online, transparent, open, and fair. And what helped them, and this was world's first known municipal self audit. What this brought, this give them a lot of trust from the society, and also internally they knew that how they are going to be improved, and what are their path forward to improve their system. So another case study, again, this is like CRISP, cross industry standard process and data mining. Here I would not like to take a name of the company, but this was one of the known steel company. What they were doing, they were you know that the production time is very important. The machinery should function very well at desired time. So what they were facing, around 18% of production time was lost to unexpected machine failures. 65% of maintenance budget consumed as by emergency repair. Every time there was an emergency. and there was a repair needs to be done. And whenever there was machine breakdown, there were around loss of 45 to 60 days. So there was a lot of problem about trust, about major reliability issues. So what management did, management put the data in this CRISP model is in place, framework is in place. What does it mean is that they organized a team, and by organizing the team, they understand and they wrote all the business need. What is the what is needed to reduce the unplanned downtime. They gather all the data. Data understanding was very important. But just not train the data on the history, but they understand the data from the machinery, sensors, and so on. Based on that, they created the model by not showing only what are the disadvantages, but also they adapted the new way of thinking by creating the modeling. And then there were evaluation of the MTBF. MTBF is mean time between failure. And then they deployed this whole process of AI in the system. And this, guess what? This has reduced the unplanned downtime by 30%. And annual cost was around 850,000 annual saving. So this type of framework are really taking companies from chaos to the leadership position and saving a lot of issues. This is my fourth and last framework in the corporate section. And this is a case example of the market retailer. You know, the AI, they implemented the AI, and AI forget that there is a Christmas based inventory management, and they forget. There was error of 35% and in the forecasting, which we say MAPE. And they adopted this framework, MLOPS, a maturity model. And thanks to this, their error rate has gone down to 15%. And on an average, the annual business was impacted because of this decision was 3.44 million. So these type of framework are really useful for the organization to transform. And this is a well thought governance processes. Before we jump into AI. Here I would like to talk a little bit about on the governance because this is another chaos for the organization, multinational organization, because EU has a different AI Act, then there are ISO Act, then there is a India Act, and then so on. So much different things here. So what I would like, my core message for this slide is AI governance is no longer theoretical. Regulations, standards, and accountability mechanisms are now directly linked to the real world failure, legal cases, and financial risk. So this is what I try to explain it with the purpose, example, and recent cases. As you can see in the EU Act, its purpose is risk-based regulation, transparency, human oversight, especially for high-impact AI. The reason this matter is simple. Deepfake, you might have heard, deepfake elections, manipulations, voice fraud happen, that somebody is getting a call in the name of CEO and asking them to transfer the money. So this type of messages are increasing in Europe, but I think everywhere we have seen the cases also in India. So the message is very clear. If AI influence people at scale, someone must remain accountable. And the same way for the ISO, because ISO standard like 42001, 23894 translate regulations into operational discipline. discipline. They help organization align internal governance, risk management, control, and law like EU Act. And we have seen some of the cases of the bank chatbot leaking and giving the account detail information. Somebody asked bank chatbot, hey, give me the account number of this person, and chatbot gave the account number and the legal all the confidential information by AI. So this type of governance has to be there in place. It was, we as a leadership, we were tuned to do it manually by the human beings, but now we have to teach all these things and regulate it by the system. So the India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act focus on, again, personal data protection and AI data right. There has been a case of Raghav and Union Indian Bank. I think you might be aware of this, and there are a lot of credibility risk, the rise of celebrity deepfake happening, and widespread data theft. So this type of governance has been placed so far, but how they have been implemented in organizations, who is regulating them, it's still a question mark. So and the same way is the industry accountability. Beyond regulation, we are seeing industry-led accountability mechanism emerge. These include system card, model disclosure, mandatory incidents reporting. So the key message, key takeaway here is that the common thread across all these frameworks in this AI system are being treated less like tools and more like decision maker. And decision maker require oversight. So this is not about slowing the innovation, but it has to be put in place if we want to move further in a right manner. So here are certain guardrails for reducing corporate chaos. What I mean to say is that compliance is no longer an afterthought. It is becoming a design constraint for AI system, and not in one region, but it is being done at global level and internationally. So you remember the first slide which I showed you, the Elon Musk Grok. So I try to put my thought how this AI thing, AI stupidity, can be emerged with the help of leadership. Some of the framework which I showed you here can be adapted. It should have been like this. The question is this is not a question that who is right and who is wrong. The question is that which governance framework apply in this situation, and what has to be done in this process. So this is again the analysis based on this frameworks. I think there should be a place where we should put NIST AI framework, and under NIST AI risk management framework, this incidence is classified as synthetic content, means and generated by AI misuse risk. NIST doesn't ban innovation. It requires transparency, risk assessment, and mitigation for harmful output. And the same way for the EU Act, it imposes mandatory transparency for the deepfake, and the platform, the global platform like Grok and other platform should be very well managed. And we need to always ask this question. I think Dr. Dharap asked this question on LinkedIn post, that who is responsible for what. So we have to always question where it has failed, what was missing, and who should own it, who will be the owner of this type of thing. So this is my second last slide. I know it's very difficult to read, but this is a checklist. I think if you want, you can take a screenshot as well. But this is a CEO's checklist. And this checklist, ready-made checklist, is preventing intelligence system from creating corporate chaos. This is a questionnaire which I try to create, of course, with the help of AI. And this will help for CEOs and leadership team to check how they should implement AI system, how they should place AI system in place before any decision. So it's very important. The governance doesn't start after the initiative of AI. The governance start before we take the initiative. Everything should has to be in place before. So uh, in my last slide, I would like to highlight that AI will keep getting smarter. The real reset is whether leadership get wiser. Thank you. So I'm open for any question and answer session. And if if you have any question, I will be happy to answer this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shubham. Great session, I must say. There are a lot of new terminologies and models and frameworks which you have unfolded. I wish I could have taken notes, but I will requesting you to share with me the presentation and other aspects. There are few questions in the chat which is there. Maybe there are two questions from Mandar. Then I also have some questions. That can you provide some examples of companies who have successfully implemented AI frameworks, Indian as well as global?
So some of the example which I gave in my previous slide, I know certain. So for this one, I hope you are able to see my screen. This is a real example what the city of San Jose did. What they did, they applied this framework, NIST framework. It means that, I mean, this looks like a one slide, but this framework is like a huge one. And they list down all the actions those needs to be governed. Then they created a mapping, measure, and the manage the whole action activity. So this was a long-term process. It's not just one process, and they clearly identified where there are the risks. They identify, because this city of San Diego Joes had all things in separate places, and they wanted to combine it with the help of AI. And to do that, first they have to understand what are the gaps, and this is what they did with this type of framework. And then slowly they will be progressing it to adopt it. So the good this is a very good example where they implemented the AI framework before taking any initiative, and all the data were made public. So they created a challenge for themselves, and as well as they showcase their transparency to the audience, that how they are gonna implement this. But apart from this, this is also another very known case of steel manufacturer. But also this case is also very true for the pharmaceutical manufacturing cases, because and to be honest, all the production side can be used this type of framework. But yes, the detailed point will be different from company to company, standard to standard, because they have their own own way of working, practicing things. And this is how I was mentioning that leadership creates a very important point. So it's not only AI, it's not only leadership, it's together, if we have to go into the green zone of my human and AI metrics.
Thanks, Shubham. There is another question by Mandar again, that how do companies build capabilities within their management teams to be able to get the right governance frameworks for a successful AI and digital transformation initiative?
Um, yeah, this is very good point. Uh, First, I think the mindset has to be very open, because I have seen certain companies. I mean, there are cases that over the years things are in place, and people are so much comfortable of doing things and trying to incorporate within the zone. That's why I always say that the steering committee has to be very important and to be placed in in the organization before we start, and then evaluate where we are today and where we would like to go. So I hope I could answer this question.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Uh, there is a question from Mr. Subramanian. There is a very good presentation. What do you think human in the loop?
So sorry, human in?
In the loop in this
Of
process
course.
of AI, where does the human? I think you have already covered that aspect accordingly.
Yeah, but yes, but this is a very popular question and very interesting question. Thanks for asking. And that's why I say this is not about AI. This whole presentation is all about the leadership, how we are gonna drive it. Do you
Yes,
have?
this definitely is a very important slide, that human AI leadership metrics. Hello,
Yes.
you were saying something, no, Shubham? Or you completed?
No, I have completed my answer, that because the answer was where the human is in the
Okay,
loop.
okay,
So I say human is
okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, 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 that's right. Yes. And I think human should be everywhere, because otherwise AI will take over the world in their own stupid manner.
Yeah, and that's how I say that 78 million jobs will be created over.
Okay.
So this was around my first slide, that 78 million new jobs will be created. But yes, the way of working will be changed. 170 million jobs will be created. 92 million jobs will be displaced. So if you do a simple math, this is around 78 million jobs will be created.
Great, great. Excellent. So, in fact, about almost 40, 45 participants had, we had gone to 45 participants, but come down to now 27 now. So,
Okay.
let me have anybody would like to ask a question. It's a great opportunity for us that Shubham has taken out time out from his busy schedule and taking up the session with us. So somebody, if is interested, can unmute themselves and ask a question also. Let me ask a question meanwhile. Shubham, since, although we had discussed with many of the consultants, so there are AI tools which are available, but from the corporate perspective, where there's a lot of confidential information, because we can't put information in the ask the questions in the open AI platforms.
Mhm.
So how can we ensure that a good governance of ERP AI system can be done?
Uh, Yeah, this is true. So first thing is to have the AI security, and I should say the AI governance team should include not only IT people but also from the business people. They should
Hmm.
be the driving it. Plus the legal team has to be there, and of course the tech team. A tech team and IT team is little bit different. So you are right. We have to, with the help of this team, we are gonna create a safe environment first, and then we will try to list down all the problems in parallel. Uh, so the governance or use case both goes will hand in hand in parallel. It's not sequential that first uh, we do what. So this team, basically comprised of this team, will create a safe environment where we can do a brainstorming sessions with this team.
Okay. So continuing the same one, what happens is, Shubham, that when people implement the ERP, which is customized to their organizations, they put a lot of guardrails in that, and then the search doesn't come as per their satisfaction. What can be the reasons for it?
So garbage in, garbage out. So
Yes.
so that's why I think the data has to be very clean, and it has to be governed again. And this is something which I explained in one of the slide here, is that if we will not add the proper data, and we will not control, this is a case, just give me go back let me go back to the slide. And uh, yeah, this is what you are mentioning, it the adversarial example. Because what happened, even if you change 1% of the input, the AI can change the whole picture altogether, and can say to you, hey, I am 99% confident. So
Hmm.
that's very important when we are putting from data from ERP. And this was a case of Amazon. Amazon put the data from their own existing data. And what HR system was doing, HR system analyzed the data, and they saw that all male candidates were preferred for this organization, and they started hiring and selecting the male candidate. And this bias was identified later when when these frameworks were put in place.
Okay. That's very relevant question answer which is there. What is your view on the data set licensing for AI training?
Can you repeat your question? Sorry, your voice is.
This is a question. This is a question by Mr. Subramanian. That what
Mhm.
is your view on the data set licensing for AI training? You can check the chat box if my voice is still cracking.
You mean to say chatbot?
Uh, Chat box. You can see the chat over here for the question.
Okay.
In case my voice is cracking because I'm below the flyover.
Uh,
Am I audible?
yes, yes, you are audible, and I'm able to see now.
Yeah.
Uh,
It is says that what is your view on the data set licensing for AI training?
Data set licensing for AI training. I mean, I believe you are mentioning about like ChatGPT data set licensing or creating the agent, right? If
Mm-hmm.
this is all about, yes, I think first step is to create their own secure data agent where you can put all the data in one safe place and ensure that this is not going out of the organization and remain in the safe hand.
That's right. That's right. So I think we have come to the end of the questions and the session. If still somebody has a question, one can raise your hand. And meanwhile, I'll again request all of you to please stay tuned for the next webinar of BMA. We are very soon going to have the webinar, BMA webinar, in next 20 days. You will be getting the communication via LinkedIn and other social media handles and WhatsApp groups, and of course through email ID emails also. And today's session very well presented by Mr. Shubham from Paris. And thank you, Shubham, for your time and your effort. I can see the presentation was just awesome. I have with me sitting sitting next to me is I am a alumni, and he was also watching this, and he said he was really appreciating your presentation. That great
Thank you.
insight.
Thank you
Yep.
very much. And just one thing I would like to say, I live in Montpellier, south of
Mm,
France. This is around
mm.
750 kilometer away, and this is like French Riviera one. So not precisely in Paris, but yes, in Montpellier. So welcome
For for
and
for
have a
us
good.
in India, it is all Paris only.
Yeah, of course, I can imagine this. India is a huge country.
Like if you stay in Dombivli, it is Mumbai only.
Yes, true.
Or if you say Kalyan, it is Mumbai only for us.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you have
That's
been in
true. I
Mumbai, I
love
know it very
Mumbai.
well.
Yes, I
That's
love
great.
Mumbai. I
That's
was
great.
in Mumbai.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Thank you so
everybody.
much for
And
inviting
thanks,
me.
Supriya. Thanks, Brinda and Kasturi for yeah. Our player. And thanks once again, Shubham. Great session. I think Mandar is sending you a clap.
Thank you so
And
much.
all.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, and thanks for all
Thank you.
your
Thank you once
team
again.